Hey, what's up? This is Flex Alexander.
And Imani.
And welcome to the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things under the sun as father and daughter would do. Because there's so much going on in the world. And I want to start by really tapping into, man, like when you think about becoming a parent, you don't think about all of the things that that surround that. You don't think about the time that you're in, where the world is, and we are literally, heading an impending war right now. And not to get super political, people, so don't worry. I'm not that guy. But as a father, you think about that. You think about, hey, having children. When you go on, you want the world to be better for them, and then when they have children, and so on and so forth. But it seems like it is getting worse, and things are getting out of hand. I mean, we are literally in an impending like World War III. Like it's crazy, and I never ask like how you kids feel, because we always try to take the brunt of it and shield you guys. But what is that like for you? Like, what do you like really? How do you really feel about just what's going on?
I mean, I think what's going on is definitely really scary. I feel like sometimes, I could, research a little more, but I haven't done that much research on what's fully happening. I do know like things I see on TikTok that pop up of like what you said. But certain things I don't know like fully. I just know like the basis of it. But from what I've seen and the clips and things I have seen, it definitely is a little bit scary for sure, because you never like expect that to happen, or just anything, even like outside of just like that topic, like of the whole like the impending war.
Yeah.
Just even like in different areas, just like seeing certain like political changes or things that have like happened, or certain laws or certain things that have changed, like definitely could be scary for my generation, and then the kids after, like that next generation.
And just the climate of the country. Listen, we've been in a funky place, and this is not for left or right. This is not, I'm not Tucker Carlson and any of that. But us as the everyday citizen, we see what's going on, and we feel the impact. In the last 8 years have been something else. Yeah, we have. It's been something else, and now we're on the brink of another election coming up, and we don't know where this country can go. We don't know. We have people screaming, make America great again, all this stuff, and then you have the other side, which is, has their own thoughts, and but again, without diving deep, because I know people get sensitive with politics, but this is something we deal with every day, and as a parent and as a citizen here, you are trying to prepare, and you are trying to leave a legacy and everything for your children. It's what we do. We work. I don't care if you do what I do for a living, if you work in a law firm, if you work at a grocery store, you are working to earn, to take care of your family. And where we are now is so volatile. It's so it's just you don't know what's going to happen. You can't predict anything that's going to happen. So I think lately, more lately, I've thought in these last 8 years, I've thought more about you guys. Not to say that I haven't before, but just because of the climate and stuff, when things have changed, and the tension and all this stuff, and I think everyone just has the wrong perception of what is really happening, with our country.
Yeah, I would say there's definitely more things now that like we have to think about, like because of things changing, like such as like going out with my friends, like us having to always like watch and make sure that no one's like following us and stuff like that, like or if you're by yourself, like just to even have to think about that, or sometimes like I've seen videos where people will use like women or kids as like a ploy, and then you go and help them, and then someone's waiting in a car. Like, it makes me feel like, dang, like, what if there was a person that actually needed help, and like now you don't know, like, so it's definitely scary having to think of that, like, and just like, of course, I've always been a person that's aware, but as the years have went on, like, especially now, it's like more than ever having to just make sure you're good. And I think it's definitely a difference from like, I mean, I know I'm like not like super like old. I haven't like experienced like
what is super
a lot.
super old?
No, okay, no. I'm saying like this, like even when I was in like elementary school, I know that wasn't that long ago, but even that time was different than it is now, because I was like able to go outside and like ride my bike in the cul-de-sac and then be fine. But now, kids now, they probably like, maybe some parents might not feel safe for that, or kids now have iPads, and you know, like, so it's definitely like a difference in that, and I think it really is scary.
Because you have all this trafficking stuff, you have all this stuff going on, which is real, which is why we're so overprotective of you guys, and watching where you go and who you with, and all of the just things that we didn't have to when I was growing up. We didn't have. I mean, of course, there's things we had to watch out for, but it was different. It was a community. It was a village. Everybody looked out for each other. Now, because of these phones, everybody's so engrossed in watching the phones and what's going on there, they're not seeing what's going on around, and it's bad. And I think also just as we look at laws that are passed and things that are happening for you guys and your next generation, and then when you have kids and so forth and so on, a lot of decisions are being made on our behalf that it's like, hey, wait a minute, we didn't even have say-so in that. There's decisions being made at night. There's decisions being made in the Senate or in Congress, and this affects, I mean, generations already. Since you guys have been born and grown, there's been decisions made and laws passed that have changed economically for us, that affect you. It just, I don't know. I look at it now, and I never was one to really pay attention, and I'll be honest. But now I pay more attention. I'm like, at my age now, in my 50s, early 50s, it's just like, wow, this is different. And we got, whether it's, Trump being president again, that alone, we've got to, worry about that. And you have some people that say, hey, Biden is not capable of being our president. You have people that say that. So we got to find somewhere in the middle, make that decision, and really hope the best for our country, our children's children, and all facets. Because I know for me, I want to be able to leave a true legacy for my family, and see my grandkids and all that, before they stuff me away somewhere in the home somewhere.
No.
It's bad enough I can't get a hug now. So.
No, I wouldn't do that. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
But no, I mean, amongst your friends, do you ever feel the effects of laws that are passed, or things that are changed financially? Do you guys ever feel any of those effects, or you just kind of block it out of your mind?
I'm trying to think. I mean, certain moments have hit. Like, the most recent thing I can think about is going to In-N-Out and realizing that the price on the number one went up. I was like,
see, these are the problems they think about.
No, because the guy said a different price, because he was like, okay, that'll be $11.11, and I was like, one, period, but two, I was like, okay, and then I thought back, I was like, that used to be like less, and then I looked at the thing, and I was like, oh, like that, I don't know, like that was one of the things that I really set in, that I've noticed something that changed, because the week before, all the prices were different. Like I know that's something so small, but like to see that it changed, I was like, that's actually kind of crazy. But outside of that, I mean, I would say I feel like there's not much we've experienced except like the main things of, like I said, like just staying safe when we go out, because other than that, me and most of my friends, we like to like go to each other's houses or like chill. Like we don't really, do crazy things, but when we do, that's the main thing I could say that we've kind of put it into our head, is just making sure everyone's like together, or like if someone goes to the bathroom, like go with somebody, or just everyone have their phones, like just kind of stuff like that, because stuff is crazy, and especially in like if we're in Hollywood or West Hollywood or some type of just
malls,
malls, like any of those places, just to kind of like look around, because I've seen a lot of stuff that has happened recently, and I think that's the main things that we've kind of like looked out for, but I don't think I've felt any like laws yet or anything like a real.
But you guys see the, like, just like you saw the inflation at In and Out.
Yeah, that was, I was like,
but just groceries, you can see by when, like,
groceries.
If you say, hey, we're gonna go stop. Can you cash at me, which is her nickname. It was a point where I could send, say, $200, whatever, and like that's gonna get a good amount of stuff. But now, just $200, you coming back with just a couple of boxes of pasta and maybe 2 packs of chicken breast.
Yeah, literally, it's really crazy. Honestly, that's what I kind of don't understand, why that has happened, or like like I always hear stories of people being like, well, back then it was only this much, like to buy this. Like I saw an ad of this. It was from like the early, like I don't even know, but this lady was in the drive-through and she ordered Wendy's and her total came out to $1.75.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, now they don't even do the 4 for $4 anymore. They do the biggie bags.
That was probably the 80s or 90s, because you could literally get a meal at Wendy's, and literally it would be, I mean, the burger would be big, like all the food, and it would be good, it would be fresh, it would be, and now it's just like the commercial, the burger's huge, but then you get it, it's like, man, it's like that big.
So small.
It's crazy. So what, I mean, but what do you think? Okay, when you think about possibly having children or whatever, which I hope at some point, so definitely want to be a grandparent, but thinking about that going forward, what is your thought for your children?
I mean, honestly, I'm like, I think I would just do kind of what I've been like taught, as in like, just like, I think the whole safety stuff and just that's like my like main thing, because honestly, I'm like, I don't even know what it will be like when we like have kids. Like what if everything is like better, or what if it's in the middle, or what if it's like, we never really know. So I guess all I could say is to just, I guess, instill some of the things that like I've been taught, aside with me coming into my own person, meaning like the things I've learned, I guess,
and financially
within
too,
myself.
Because that's the other thing I think about. Financially, with kids coming, it's going to be probably quadruple times more expensive by the time you have kids. Thinking about that, like what it's going to cost, what it's going to take, for a living for a child, school,
That's crazy.
all of that, man. It's man. I oh my gosh, I think about that, man. I'm like, I think about as I get older, as me and your mom get older, man, like Social Security, like our retirement benefits from, working, SAG after, like what is all that going to be like? Are they going to cut this? Are they going to take that? Or are they going to completely strip us for all that we've worked for, and we'll be just barely surviving, because it just seems so much like the middle class is getting knocked out and the elderly are getting tossed to the side. And I know one day, I will be an elderly. I know that's not correct English, but I will be an elderly for real. And I think about that. I think about that now. So I don't know, man. I know you don't really get into the politics of it all, but it's something I think your generation should start thinking about. Just watching the laws. You can Google the different laws, especially in California, because we always change something, so that you know how to prepare.
Yeah.
Like you and your friends, you guys should have at least once a week a conversation about finances, a conversation about whether it's crypto, a conversation whether it's about I need to have this conversation with you guys. Let we all have life insurance. We all have universal index life insurance that you can use that as your own personal bank. You can stack money in there. You don't have to put it in a regular bank. You can put it in there. So as it grows, say if you want to buy a car, you want to do something, you can borrow off of that, and you don't have to get hit with penalties and stuff like you would at a normal bank. You know what I mean? Like those are the conversations y'all need to start having because you guys are young. But guess what? It goes like this. Pew!
Yeah.
I never had people have those conversations with me. I had to learn through mistakes. So now I'm trying to right those mistakes now for you guys so that you can teach your children when you have them. But for now, at least for you guys, you know what to do, which is why I'm like, no, you're not getting a credit card. You're not getting a credit card until you can pay the bill. Yeah, but I'm not getting a credit card and mom and dad are paying the bill. That's not how it's going. And you got a great credit score, which is amazing. You got to keep that.
Yeah.
You got to keep that. Yeah,
I know.
You got to keep that. Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Okay, so what would you say that you felt was like the right age to create like a trust fund?
Okay, so well, we have a family trust, but we don't have individual trust on you guys, but we have a family trust. So which you guys are on that trust. So you get to, and we'll explain more about that. We definitely got to sit down so you guys can understand all of that stuff, like trusts, your life insurance, how you can make that work for you here. Um, your LLCs or your S corps, all that stuff that I didn't know that I'm learning now. You guys got to know. So yeah, trust is important. That's a good question. But you are a part of our trust. And as we go on, you guys, the trust will dictate and say, okay, now this goes to Imani, this goes to Elijah. Sometimes there are things put in there, say, okay, at this age you get this amount, this age you get this amount. If you don't do this, this won't happen. You got to do this. Like there's so many different ways to set it up. But we definitely talk more about that because you definitely need to learn more about that.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, I thought I would ask because I was like, I know that it's definitely a thing that I've like heard. I know kind of what it is, but just I guess more like clarification.
Yeah, you have a living trust. You have a living trust. You have a revocable trust, irrevocable trust. There's so many different trusts, but yeah, definitely those are all the things you should learn. And that again, I'm not gonna sit there and act like I know it all. Because within the last 5 to 7 years, I think I've learned more about that than I had prior. Because again, never had that guidance, never had anyone to show me. Never had anyone to show me. So I kind of learned on the fly. So now I'm just trying to, fix all that stuff so that you guys are straight and you know what to do going forward. Because as parents, we want you guys to not have to worry about anything, like anything. We want you to be in a good place financially so you can make sound decisions, whether it's you want to travel the world, whether it's you want to finance your own whatever project, or you have merchandise, whatever it is, or you want to invest more in something else. Like those are the things we work hard for so that you guys don't have to work as hard, but still work.
Yes.
Like we know right now, you need a car, and yes, Lord,
My car, no, my car. Literally, I was so sad when that happened.
yeah, she's been around a long time. She's it just doesn't make sense to put all that money into that car when you turn around. Yeah,
something else happens again.
Something else happens again. You drive for a few months and then something else happens again.
Yeah, no,
we don't need that. But what do you feel like? Are you nervous for this upcoming November elections?
I mean, honestly, I guess like kind of. But not saying like not really, but like just kind of like I really feel like I need to like understand about that side more, because I know the basics, like I said, like what each party is, but I don't know all the details of like where I feel like I truly can speak fully on it, because I feel like if you don't know like the full details on something, like me personally, I'm not gonna like speak on it unless I know. But I mean, I'm just like, I guess we'll just see what happens. I'm hoping for the best. I think.
Well, you are a voter, so
I am.
Yeah,
so
yes.
I'm hoping for the best and the right, I guess, decision.
Preparing for the worst. No.
Yeah, I mean, just because I'm like, I don't even know. I think I was more nervous like in school when like the big like, I think that was. When was that like?
When was that? Was that 20?
When it was 2019, but going into 2020,
right?
Because they win in 2019, but go into the office officially in 2020. So being in school was really weird, because there was just a lot of people who just were being very ignorant, holding up flags, shouting stuff, and I'm like, I feel like everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but don't be like racist, or don't be like that towards other people.
And that's a real thing that people don't understand, the effects on the children, on the children. Like, it's one thing as parents, you believe something, whatever it is. Again, this is not leaning left, right. This is just saying, when you have children, think about your children that go to school, that deal with the repercussions of your actions, and as melanated children, as if you're Hispanic, if you're melanated, whatever, that you shouldn't have to fake. Because I remember that time, and I remember a couple of times we had to go up there and say a few things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Had to say a few things, and that always bothered me, especially when you guys would go to school, and it just wasn't cool, man.
Yeah, it definitely was not at all. That really brought out people's true feelings, honestly, because I just was like, oh, okay. And now next thing I know, me and all the very few black students in my school and our only black teacher were going to the office because somebody said something disrespectful, or they were trying to be unfair, for like, and I think it was just like crazy to see that, because before that everybody was cool, and then it just like made people's true feelings come out. And I think that was my only problem. Like, I don't really care what someone chooses, but it was the racist remarks and certain things that I saw on that side that was like, oh, now I see how that person really feels, and it makes me kind of uncomfortable to be in this class after I just heard them like say this racist thing outside. Like, it was definitely a lot, but I mean, I think we got through it in school because we had the help of our black teacher and my like friends, and we kind of just all stayed in like our own little circle because it was just like, at this point we only have each other here. We really only have each other, so that's kind of what it was in school. But now that I'm not like in high school, and now it's just like real world stuff,
that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, that's different because people are always gonna like. There's gonna be people who are always racist or ignorant or say certain things, and I'm just like, I will never personally understand it, but I mean, if I ever came across something like that, honestly, I feel like I just would, I would I would try to, I guess, deal with it in the best way possible because some people are kind of crazy. So I don't think I would just go off.
Yeah, yeah.
But I definitely would use my phone
Mm-hmm.
and record.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, I mean, I would see where I
Yeah.
would take that video.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't, I think that's the safest thing to do now is just record because nowadays, you never know.
Yeah. No, it's true. No, it's true. I experienced some incidents as well. But yeah, it's just a scary time. Looking at what's happening overseas and bombings and all that stuff, man. It's just a scary time. So I just you got to talk to your kids, and some of these other things that she's mentioned, the things that I didn't even know. So it's so important that we talk and really understand how they feel and how it's affecting them, because sometimes we as parents we lead, but we don't listen. And I think listening is the key to just understanding like those emotions that they have, because we try to protect them. We go into immediate protection mode, but there's some things in life they're gonna have to experience. There's definitely some things in life they are going to have to experience. That's true. Would you say so?
I mean, yeah, I think honestly we're gonna have to go through certain things. Like we can't just be, I know it's like a parent's natural instinct to like protect and that it will always be there, but we also have to experience and go through certain things so that way we know how to deal with things ourselves. So, because I feel like if you just are completely blocked out from just everything, that's a bigger problem and it creates deeper issues, like for that kid down the line. So
you think we've kind of done that? You can answer it honestly.
I mean, a little bit I would say on like the protection side. Like, yeah, like I know, like I said, it's a parent's natural instinct, but there also, I think, are some things that we have to, kind of experience ourselves or kind of go through. And that's like fine. I feel like we're all human, especially at this age. These are the main key ages where we kind of just go through everything. Like if it's just finding yourself or your friends or like relationships or jobs or anything. But you kind of just have to experience those real life like experiences. And I feel like honestly, that's what helps like shape you into the person that you are going to be. So
but can you understand like just a little bit of why we
I mean, I can understand, but I do know that, like, I can understand, but I know that it's still.
I can understand, but what I'm saying is, you gotta be,
Cause I feel like sometimes it has to be known that we're not like when the kids say that, it's not like we are saying that we don't understand it or we don't get it, or it's like, oh, when you have kids, you'll see. Like, it's not saying that we don't see that, but I feel like the point of us having to go through things ourselves and experience things is also still valid, but it doesn't mean that we don't see why the parents have to do those things. That's what I'm trying to say.
Cause y'all know it all.
No, because then you guys do that like, oh well, and I'm like, no, sometimes like it's just, I mean, it's true, but it doesn't mean that we don't understand and that we don't get what the parents are saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes you guys do that.
Again, I'm going to repeat it. You wait till y'all have kids. Ooh, you just wait.
Oh my
just wait. Oh my goodness. But all of these things, fortunately, you don't have to deal with all of them now, but some of them just, again, being in the world that we're in, the country that we're in, and things that are going on. I mean, I'm glad that you guys are experiencing it. I am, so that you prepare yourselves. It sucks, but I think it's the best thing right now. And I would say just pay attention more to what's going on in the world. I'm not saying go into the rabbit hole, because you can go in the rabbit hole and freak yourself out. Like I've dug deep and I'm just like, oh no, I gotta get out of there. It can happen. So I wouldn't say that, but at least prepare yourself and just be conscious of some things, just to a certain degree.
Yeah.
All right, deal.
Yeah.
Deal?
I know. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, thank you for joining us here at the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast. I'm Flex Alexander.
And I'm Imani.
And we will see you next time again. Subscribe. You can see right at the bottom. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit that like button. Subscribe, and share this. And again, this isn't about one side or the other. This is just about a conversation between father and a daughter. Peace, y'all.
Bye.